Winter has always tested humanity. Long before stadiums, scoreboards, or medals, people learned to move, race, hunt, and survive on snow and ice. Over centuries, those skills became traditions, and those traditions became sports. And eventually, they became the Winter Olympics. Today, the Winter Olympics unite the world every 4 years. But their path to Olympic recognition wasn't anything but straightforward. This is a story shaped by geography, politics, innovation, and a deep love of winter itself. To understand the Winter Olympics, we must begin long before the first flame was ever lit. When the modern Olympics were revived in 1896, they were envisioned as a celebration of athleticism, inspired by ancient Greece. And Greece naturally had no winter sports. As a result, the early Olympic Games focused almost entirely on summer competition. But winter sports refused to stay out of the picture. Figure skating made its Olympic debut in 1908, not at the Winter Games, but at the London Summer Olympics. Ice hockey followed in 1920 at the Antwerp Games. These sports were popular, well attended, and clearly belonged to an Olympic stage. Still, there was resistance. Northern European nations, particularly Norway and Sweden, already hosted the respected Nordic Games and feared that a Winter Olympics would undermine their traditions. For years, the International Olympic Committee hesitated. Eventually, reality caught up with the tradition. In 1924, the Alpine town of Chamonix in France hosted an event modestly titled the International Winter Sports Week. 16 nations attended, 258 athletes competed, 11 events were contested across 6 sports. There was no opening ceremony as we know it today, no global broadcast, and no sense that history was being made. And yet, it was. In 1925, the IOC officially declared the Chamonix event to be the first Olympic Winter Games, retroactively giving birth to an entire new Olympic tradition. From that moment on, winter had its place in Olympic history. The first gold medal in the Winter Olympics was won by Charles Dutroux of the United States in the 500-meter speed skating event. Dutroux later remarked that he had no idea the race would become historic to him. It was simply a competition. The most dominant nation at those early games was Norway, a country whose relationship with snow and skis stretches back thousands of years. And that dominance never truly faded. To this day, Norway remains the most successful nation in Winter Olympic history, holding more gold medals than any other country. One of the first global stars of the Winter Olympics was Sonja Henie, a Norwegian figure skater who transformed her sport forever. She won Olympic gold in 1928, 1932, and 1936. Becoming the first athlete to win 3 consecutive Winter Olympic titles in figure skating. Her influence extended far beyond medals. She introduced shorter skirts, expensive choreography, and athletic jumps, reshaping figure skating into the modern sport we recognise today. Another early icon was Gillis Grafström of Sweden, who remains one of the most successful male figure skaters in Olympic history, winning medals across both summer and winter games, a feat no longer possible in the modern era. As decades passed, the Winter Olympics evolved. New sports were added. Alpine skiing in 1936, the luge in 1964, biathlon blending endurance and precision, freestyle skiing and snowboarding reflecting younger winter cultures. Technology transformed competition. Wooden skis became composite marvels. Leather boots gave way to aerodynamic shells. Timing systems advanced from stopwatches to thousandths of a second. In 1994, the Winter Olympics officially moved to their own cycle, no longer sharing the same year as the Summer Games, giving winter sports their own global spotlight. The Winter Olympics were never just about sport. During the Cold War, the Games became a symbolic battlefield. No moment captured this more vividly than the 1980 Miracle on Ice, when the United States defeated the heavily favoured Soviet ice hockey team at Lake Placid. It was a single match, but one that resonated far beyond the rink. In later decades, athletes like Claudia Pechstein, Ole Einar Bjordalen, and Apollo Ono defined eras through longevity, versatility, and relentless excellence. Today, the Winter Olympics feature athletes from dozens of nations, competing in environments shaped by science, sustainability, and global cooperation. The Games have confronted modern challenges, climate change, equality in sport, judging transparency, while continuing to evolve. Women now compete across nearly all disciplines. New sports reflect contemporary winter culture, and host cities are increasingly chosen with long-term environmental impact in mind. Yet at their heart, the Winter Olympics remain what they always were: a celebration of human skill in the coldest, most demanding conditions on Earth. From frozen lakes in Scandinavia to packed stadiums watched by millions, the Winter Olympics are proof that tradition and progress can share the same stage. Born quietly, shaped by history, and still unfolding. The story of the Winter Olympics is far from over. It's simply written in ice.